Today we're going to be talking about the MatthewShepard and James Byrd Hate Crime Prevention Act.
James Byrd Jr. was born in Texas in 1949. He graduated from the last segregated class at Jaspers Row High School in 1967. Though he struggled with alcohol later in his life, he was known as a charismatic, well-liked, friendly, and talented father and grandfather.
On June 7th of 1998, James Byrd Jr. was picked up in a truck by a gang of white supremacists who beat him up savagely before being tied to the back of a pickup truck by his ankles and dragged for 3 miles until he was decapitated by road debris.
MatthewShepard was born in Wyoming in 1976. Throughout his life, he was subject to assault and abuse due to his sexual orientation, which caused him to suffer from depression, anxiety, and suicidal tendencies.
During his freshman year of college, at the age of 21, he was abducted by Aaron McKinney and Russell Henderson when he was then beaten severely, tortured, and was tied to a fence and left to die. Sadly, he died from the sustained injury 6 days later, on October 12, 1998.
These crimes sparked a renewed feeling of passion for getting justice for crimes done to many minorities.
In response to the murders, the MatthewShepard Foundation and the James Byrd Jr. Foundation played a part in lobbying Congress for the passage of a new hate crimes prevention law that extended the protections of minorities.
The previous hate crimes bill, the federal hate crimes law, only protected victims if it was during participation of a federally protected activity like voting or going to school, and didn't cover those subject to hate crimes based on their sexual orientation.
The bill was sponsored by Democratic Representative John Conyers and Senator Edward M. Kennedy.
Originally, it was introduced in the House as the National Defense Authorization Act of 2010. It was worked on in the Judiciary Committee and passed onto the House that April. When the bill got passed to the Senate, the MatthewShepard Hate Crimes Prevention Act was added to the National Defense Authorization Act in the Judiciary Committee.
After both houses passed their own version of the bill on the floor, it went to conference committee, and the final version of the bill was passed in the House with a vote of 281 to 146 and a vote of 68 to 29 in the Senate. The overwhelming majority was from Democrats.
President Obama signed the bill into a law on October 29, 2009. The statement he made while signing was, "Before signing the legislation, I promised Judy Shepard when I saw her in the Oval Office that this day would come, and I'm glad to see that her and her husband Dennis could join us for the event."
The bill defines a hate crime as a violent act causing bodily injury because of actual or perceived race, color, religion, gender, disability, sexual orientation, and gender identity.
Spread the love!
The law had many other impacts and protections on hate crimes too. More money was given for investigations and prosecutions of hate crimes. The FBI is required to track hate crime stats against trans people in addition to other groups it tracks.
It's the first federal law that provides protections for trans people, not against. For. Sorry about the typo.
The Attorney General may provide additional aid to the investigations and prosecutions.